All right, it must be Thursday because I am here and you are here, and we are one day away from Friday. And we have a big show tonight because tonight we are going to be talking about the Ultimate Haunt Tour and all the stops we're going to make and all that fun that we're going to have with that. So, you know what to do: like, share, comment, and get the word out there because tonight we are unveiling some stuff that are going to be coming up in the next year for our shows and stuff like that. Uh, I wouldn't introduce Tan at this point, but she can't make it tonight. But we are still going to take questions and everything else in the chat. So if you have questions, go ahead and put them down there. I'll still get them. I don't know what to do now because usually we have this like banter back and forth, but nobody cares about what's going on with me. So we'll just get right into it with the best and the greatest person at VFX. Hashtag Doug sucks. Patrick Voss. Oh, you're muted.
Hold on. I'm there. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. How's it going?
Oh, not too bad. How you doing?
Good. I was just commenting and I was looking for a sad face that Pan's not here tonight.
No Tane tonight. She couldn't make it, which it happened. She's a busy gal.
Yeah, that's for sure.
She does a lot. Like I mean, as a almost 40-year-old male, she's running circles around me. I tell her all the time, I'm like, man, I hate to tell you what I was doing at 18. Like, you're doing all this awesome and incredible stuff. And
La
I
la la.
was, yeah, it wasn't good. I'll put it that way. So you made it through haunt season. Did all your orders get out?
Yes. Yeah. We have a great team at VFX and actually had to hire a couple more people this year just to get through it all. It was crazy. I don't know if everybody else had a crazy year this year. It's like I keep thinking it's rebound from, uh, getting through the pandemic. And, but we also have, we have Molly Z who's, and with Jose and, he's out there every day on it, just, posting and doing crazy stuff with Molly and the other puppets and some of his Christmas stuff he's doing is killing me. And, looking forward to more of that. Uh, Thank you, Jose, and keep up the great work. Uh,
See, I actually heard like, so we did that poll 2 weeks ago, and we gave that information out, and a lot of haunts were talking about how some of their numbers were dipped and stuff this year. um but I've also heard a lot of haunts that were doing record numbers
yeah,
this year, and talking about how they wish they would have opened sooner or stayed open a little bit later. And on top of the fact that it's almost as soon as they close the doors for haunt season, now people are doing Christmas stuff. And it's not
right.
just the Krampus, Christmas haunt stuff that they're doing. There's haunts out there that are just completely giving their haunts a facelift and turning them into like a Christmas village
Oh, it's
for people.
fantastic. I saw some just today, in fact, and I'm trying to think of where that was. It was like they're just going all out, and it's I just love it. It's fantastic. Just keep the whole Halloween, and then it just kind of mixes with Christmas, and it's just so much fun. And I just love it. It's
Well, I
it.
mean, I think it shows that there's a lot of opportunity in this industry, because I don't know if anybody is or is in if anybody's thought about it with like doing New Year's Eve stuff. There's a lot of Valentine's Day stuff. I know people who do St. Patrick's Day stuff. There's usually a Friday the 13th or halfway to Halloween somewhere thrown into there. There's a lot of opportunities there, and these haunts do fairly well on these off-season nights now.
Yeah. and we got I know, besides Christmas, there's it's like they're coming up with, uh, reasons to do haunt stuff, like, almost all year now. You know,
Mhm.
I know I've got customers that do huge, Valentines and, um, that are just killing it. They're open, like, 1 or 2 nights, and they're just killing it.
Yeah, and then you throw in the axe throwing, you throw in the escape room stuff that they're doing, um, jelly ball. I mean, you name it. There's a lot of things that haunt owners can do in general, just to keep the doors open and keep people coming in and excited and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But we didn't have you on just to talk about other people's stuff. We want to talk about VFX. And I don't want you to like spill all of the beans, but what can people look forward to in 2024?
Well, we are, besides cranking on, you know, product and stuff, we are in the midst of designing and creating new products for 2024. And um, one that is near and dear to me is this line of robot and um, like cyborg puppets that we're going to do that we're actually working on right now. And I'm really excited. I'm a long time fan of Westworld, like the original movie. I remember my dad taking me to see it in the '70s when I was a kid, and it just blew my mind. It was one of those movies that I think it changed something in me, and I started making fake robots and stuff, and shooting little movies and weird stuff when I was a kid, and like little movies and uh, uh, I do have one, we shot with friends back then that I gotta get digitized so I can put it out there because it'd be hilarious. And, but, yeah, Westworld and robots, and it's just like it just seems more and more with the development of real robots and how crazy that's going, that it just like it seems like it's time to come out with some robot puppets that are killing people. And And, so this is like my little teaser is this is a robot hand that, my pal Carmen Fairless sculpted. Carmen is an incredible artist. I've had him, hired him to do many sculpts for us. I think he's done all of our, um, baby dino puppets, and we have a cool dragon puppet that he sculpted, and now I got him working on some robot stuff. I'm actually going to, I'm actually working on some too finally because it's like we've been so busy. I'm like I'm really missing getting in there and getting my hands in clay and sculpting and doing some creativity. But Carmen, uh, he did this one. He's already got. We're actually meeting tomorrow. He's got some more stuff sculpted. We're going to go over our plan for um, the other robot projects, and we hope to have. So it's crazy because we just get off of Halloween, and it's you're like, oh, I can breathe now, but no, we can't because we've got to get going on these new products, and we've got to get this catalog laid out, and we've got wait a minute, we got to get the new products done so we can get pictures and videos and get that first, and then we can do. It's crazy. We're busy all year.
Yeah,
We used
trade
to
show
have
season's coming up.
yeah, we used
Yeah,
to have
you're
some time, but we don't really have much time anymore.
that's a good thing though. I
Yeah,
mean, it's good for business at least.
yeah.
Um, and I'm actually glad that you kind of brought up the cyborg thing because every show that I've been through throughout the years, um, and I'm sure you've had similar experience. I've at least had this conversation once at every single show I've been to with people. What's the next thing, right? What do you think is going to be the next theme. We're seeing the zombies, we've seen the vampires, we've seen the witches, the clowns. Things kind of go in phases, in and out. What
Yeah.
haunts like to do and what people like to see and things like that. But since you mentioned cyborgs, I don't think I've ever. I think the closest thing I've ever seen is maybe like the Frankenstein electrocution thing. I can't remember who used to make that, but I don't remember ever seeing cyborg stuff ever. And
Yeah.
now that you're talking about like killer cyborg stuff, that kind of like makes sense. I don't. Why isn't anybody doing that? Why hasn't anybody done
I don't know. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm finally doing it. And uh, it's some of these are going to be like robot lab gone crazy. So you're going to have like a lab coat on, like you work in this lab, and the cyborg is on you, attacking you, and but we've got different things too. Uh, I can't really go into a whole lot. We've got like 5 different styles or uh, versions we're going to be doing, and it's going to probably evolve too. So I'm really excited about it, and um, as far as new products, we do have uh, our awesome giant vampire bat that Kent Kidwell sculpted for us last year, and I just did not have time. We got so busy that it just kind of got shoved aside so we could get everything done. And now we're going to get that done because it's a beautiful. He did a beautiful sculpt on it, and Kent is with Mortal Remains. I think it's mortalremains.net, and he's the one. They have these elaborate big like creature costumes and stuff you'd use for like a corn maze and stuff like that. And they've got the fog cannon and uh the laser fog cannon and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But Kent is another friend who is just an amazing sculptor artist, and he did our Ambrose sculpt, and as well as our Lon the werewolf or the Wolfman sculpt, which I kind of just let him kind of tell him, here's what I'm kind of looking for, and give him a couple examples, and he just goes at it and cranks the stuff out. He's amazing. And the here's one of his. Here's this. This is his cool uh, little Frankenstein that he did that I bought off of him. Pretty cool. He's an amazing sculptor. That's all. I just
Yeah, he is.
uh,
But
it's nice to
it
have very creative friends.
yeah, and it's, with creativity, it sparks more creativity. And,
Yeah.
I've talked to people throughout the years about how, and I guess this goes back to like, what's the next big thing conversation that everybody has. Um, it's, you're kind of, as far as directors and stuff go, and haunt owners, you're kind of limited to what you can build or purchase within X amount of time to develop your story or your theme or whatever you want. And when you have vendors that go, oh, hey, so and so did very well with a whole bunch of zombie stuff last year, so I'm going to make a bunch of zombie stuff. You're kind of perpetuating and flooding the market with the same stuff, and you kind of
Oh,
see the same things get put out there. And every now and again, like you did it with your puppets. Unit 70 has done it with their creations that they come out with.
yeah. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, Ed with distortions. I mean, there's a lot of companies out there that every few years they put out something that's just like knocks everybody's socks off.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that fuels creation with other people? And they walk past your booth and they see, the new line of puppets, or somebody else's booth and it, new line of whatever. How important do you think that creativity is for haunted attractions?
Oh my god, that's so I mean, that means so much because it's like and even me, when I walk through when I'm at a show and I walk through and see everybody else's, it's like the other year, I saw Beastcraft's, uh, werewolf animatronic. Or no, it was actually a giant vampire bat, and it blew me away. I was just like, "Holy cow, that's amazing." And that was like for me, you know, I'm walking around looking at stuff, and that one just caught my eye, and I was just like, "That's beautiful. That's awesome." And I'm sure haunt owners, when they go to the shows, that's one of the reasons to go to the shows is to see what's new, to see new ideas, to get new ideas, to brainstorm with other vendors and haunt owners and come up with what's going to be new and exciting that no one's seen and try to develop different things so their haunt can stand out. And
As
that's one thing I have really, or we have really strived to do at VFX is trying to come up with original, innovative products that people can take and use to scare and entertain and promote their attraction with.
as
So
a vendor, what would you like to see? Would you prefer owners coming up to you kind of like with a clean slate and like saying, "Hey, all this is what you got," and then taking that information back to their haunt and then starting their creative process? Or would you like them to come to you with their own creative process and be like, "This is what we're looking for. Can you do something like this?" So on and so forth. What would you prefer as a vendor?
uh, me as a vendor, I'd love people to just come up and go, I want one of those and one of those and one of those. But we do have haunters that come up and they go, I really love this, but can you do this to it or can you do that or whatever? And we try to accommodate as much as we can without getting into that custom thing where it's like because we used to do custom work and it just became just time consuming pain. And I'm like, okay, let's forget the custom work. Let's focus on our products and the stuff we love and make the stuff we love because that seems like that's what everybody loves and
Mhm.
focus on that and do quality stuff. But you're right when you say the you got haunters that come up and I mean there's people out there that by the time they go to the show they've already mapped out what they're going to do and they're looking for stuff to populate that area. And then it goes from that to all the way to somebody who is and it could be even new people who are coming in going, I want to do a haunt next year and I'm just looking for ideas and just roaming the shows and talking to people is huge in that and getting ideas and talking to the vendors that make these things to see what is available and what can be done is you know that's the great thing about these shows just
Do you
that
have, like,
community
a mental bank that you kinda keep where, like, say 1 year you get a lot of people that are coming up to you and asking you for a very specific themed out prop? Do you, like, kinda take that back with you and go, "Hey, maybe next year we should add, this kinda prop or this kinda prop?"
yeah we've had some hit and miss with that. I know there's been like uh, people that would come up and go, "Do you have any family friendly?" And so we started doing some family friendly here and there, and realized that it's like, okay, we did it, and it's really not selling. And other than like what we did our baby dinos, and that they've been selling pretty good, but then uh, the I lost my train of thought. Where was I?
Baby
The
dinos.
um, there are people that come up and actually give us ideas, and sometimes they're really good ideas, and I'm like, "I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna let you know." And, then I go back and start trying to figure it out, And sometimes it's like, okay, this is going to be a lot more work than it's worth. So it doesn't get done. And, but sometimes, it's like, I was just talking to Doug Schaefer, uh, who works, he is the VFX number one artist and designer. And Doug
Hashtag
is
Doug
just,
sucks.
yeah, Doug, I can't say enough about Doug. He is amazing and keeps me laughing all the time. And he's the one who came up with the Jack in the Box, the Banshee box, the bungee heads. Those are all out of his mind, and I just kind of was there on the sidelines going, okay, I'll help you. Let me help you do that and figure that out. And but that's Doug, and he's paints everything, and he does an awesome job with that. But I was just talking to Doug about how many people have come up to me or contacted me and said, "Do you guys have any aliens?" So we're talking about doing an alien puppet, but we're trying to figure it out as far as something that because we want to do something really cool. And if we're going to put the time and effort into it, we really want it to be cool and innovative. It's like the robot puppets. I mean, I've got so many ideas for these with LEDs and smoke and just how we're going to do them. It's a lot, and R&D takes so long,
Right.
but
Now
we're getting
it's
through
like
it.
with the alien thing, like you brought up, that's gotta be tough because there's so many references to aliens. Like zombie, you can't just like get zombie, right?
Yeah,
Like there's two schools of thoughts on that. Or
yeah,
Night of the Living Dead or Days of the Living Dead. Like those are your two like kind of zombies you get to pick from, you know. Vampires, you kind of get like your Twilight vampire or your Bram Stoker's vampire, maybe a Nosferatu.
yeah.
So, but with aliens, there's so
Oh,
many just
yeah.
whether
It just goes
people
on and on.
yeah, whether it's from like movies or comic books or from what people I remember watching Unsolved Mysteries when I was a kid and just having the daylight scared out of me with all the UFO stuff. And, and you hear about these stories. How do you figure out what is the alien for you? Like, what's going to make your alien work for your puppet? Or, um, you have can't remember it now, in the basket. You have that puppet that's in the basket.
The crate creatures or what?
Yeah, probably that's probably what I'm thinking of. Um, like, how do you determine what your like life size puppet's gonna be for like an alien or like the crate creatures?
Good question. Um, like this, like the alien thing, kind of we look online for reference. We now have AI we can do. You can basically type some stuff in and see what AI comes up with, and pick something out for a reference, and then sculpt it. We usually like when I told Doug about it, he started actually he went on his phone and started looking at different things and pointing at a couple things, and so it's kind of like a uh, how we develop it. It's like we talk about it and why do we want the eyes this way, and because we gotta think through the process too, as far as like sculpting, molding, casting, painting, finishing, and does it fit, the VFX uh, format? And because some things that we might get into might be, like, okay, that's going to be at least, this many hours of work just to make one. And, it depends on that. So it's like, okay, well, let's do this. And we kind of brainstorm back and forth and kick it around and come up with some different things. And then it's also in sculpting, because I know we'll be sculpting stuff and uh, we'll go, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And, we give each other, tips and, critique each other's stuff and go, "Hey, what if you did this?" And, so it's kinda like it's just kind of it's more of a laid back, fun kind of process that we love to do, and we barely get the chance to do it too. But, uh, we're kinda in that mode now for probably the next month or so.
But it's kind of weird too that you're bringing up these ideas that you have, because in the chat they're talking about AI Molly and things like that, and you bring up
Yeah,
the alien and stuff. What's crazy to me, and this is a little off topic, but like what's crazy to me is how topical those two things are right now
yeah,
between the AI and the alien stuff. I don't know if you saw that congressional hearing back in July where that dude got in front of Congress and he was like, "Oh yeah, we got aliens and stuff in the back, like they're just hanging out."
yeah,
Like completely just blew the lid off of everything. And then you have this AI stuff that's coming out, which I haven't figured out if it scares me or not yet with the AI stuff. Um,
it's
but it's like,
scary.
yeah, it's like it's getting pretty close to scary. Like it's kind of like fun and campy today, but like tomorrow, man, like there's a lot to unpack there. But
Yeah,
point being, it being topical, that kind of those two things kind of open up a whole new avenue for haunts and creativity and storylines and things like that with AIs and there's some haunts that did some alien stuff here and there.
yeah,
Um, not too many, but there's some. But it's to have products um fuel those storylines,
right.
that's so important. It enhances the whole show, and you're kind of like breaking out, another new line of things that you're talking about. Is that a lot of pressure for you as a vendor to sit here and like maybe create the next big thing in the haunt industry, or maybe not? Because you've already done it once, right? You already created the puppets, and everybody went bonk. I remember when those came out, and everybody went bonkers for them because it
Amazing.
was so. It was so great, and it was so inventive. What happens if you do it again? Is that a lot of pressure on you?
I we've done so many different, puppets that I was just like, "Oh my god, we're gonna sell a ton of these," and then ended up, like, selling 1, and I'm just like, "I don't get it." So, I have no idea. It's like when they put movies out, uh, what movies is gonna be a hit? Who knows? So, I can only hope and, you know, put as much effort into our products as we can to make them as cool as possible, and, like I have on our website, it's like our goal is to, um, make innovative products that are so cool, we wanna keep them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I tell you what, you and your team do a fantastic job
Thank you.
with everything you do. I mean, every show you go to, you're always, top 5 booth out of everybody. I mean, everybody loves you. You're a attention grabber. Um, your booth is always popular. People are always just talking about it.
Thanks,
And it
man.
still blows my mind with especially with the work that Molly Z is doing and everything.
Yeah,
Um, People still show up to these shows and see your puppets, and they've never seen them before, which that's crazy to me. That's like not seeing something Kevin Alvey has done. You know what I
I
mean?
know,
That's like
right.
seeing something that like Stuart Smith hasn't done. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
you have these names in the business that have done so much and so many good things for the business, but you come, people come to the shows and they see your products and it's like seeing it for the first time. And for me, it's kind of frustrating. Like I look at people, I'm just like, "Are you serious?" Like, are you serious? Patrick Voss, like, what are you doing? Like, come on. But at the same time, it's kind of cool and it's exciting that, you kinda get to relive that feeling over and over and over again of people being excited
Yeah,
about your
it is.
products.
That's one of the funnest
What's that
things
like for
is
you?
thank you. That's one of the funnest things I think for us is when we're at shows and you can tell people that have never seen our stuff before because they're like standing in the aisle going,
Yeah,
"What am I looking at?" And then you go
yeah,
attack them.
yeah, and that's I mean, it blows my mind with just how viral your puppets have been, on multiple platforms, not just with, like, Molly Z stuff. I mean, for crying out loud, the Chinese are, ripping you guys off and spreading it all over Facebook and everything else, like, I don't know how people haven't seen it yet, but it's still a thing, and it's kinda like what you were talking about earlier. It's why it's so important to get out and go to these shows
Yeah,
because, there's things even now, like, I've seen, I'll go, I was, "Oh, how long you been doing this?" And they're like, "I don't know, 10 years." And it's like, "What?" Like, I've never seen it before. That's pretty
yeah,
incredible. So, but, anyways, uh, you have some giveaways tonight that you wanna do.
I do. I have, it's not this shirt, but it's similar. I have a small and a 3X, and, so I don't know what you if you wanna do small and 3X VFX or something like that.
Well, I don't know if there's a small or a 3X in the chat, to be honest with
Well,
you.
that's it. That's we've got these extra.
So I'll tell you what, Chris wants to do, let me see here, hashtag haunt tour for the giveaway because we are announcing the Florida haunt tour tonight. Um,
Cool.
so we'll do hashtag haunt tour. So, and we'll have them just pick whatever which one they want. If they want a smaller
Okay.
3X, I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna go with the 3X. I mean, I'm a small dude and I'm a medium, so it's it's like I don't know, but let me see here. I don't know. Now Chris is talking about a few giveaways. I don't know what he's talking about. Um, well, here we go. There you go. That's Michael Williams is in it for the 3X. Yeah, so go ahead and everybody put your hashtag in for hashtag haunt tour to get yourself automatically entered into win a t-shirt from Patrick Voss, which that's really
Cool.
cool. Is there anything that you wanna talk about? Anything you wanna mention while you're on here? What happened? Did your audio go out or did
Hold on
mine go
just a
out?
second.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I gotta get my cat. Hold on.
Okay. It's, oh, yeah, that's, so apparently go ahead, bring that back up, Chris. Apparently, that's, one of the, parties I will be hosting at, HauntCon this year in Florida. Right, I guess we're having a tiki party or something. I don't even, to be honest with you, I haven't had a whole lot to do with what's going on at HauntCon. So a lot of this information that's going to be given is news to me. So there goes the beard. Well, here's the thing, RJ. For the better part of a decade, I was one of the best fire performers in the haunt business. I was one of the few guys that could actually blow fire out of my nose. And I've worked at a bunch of places, worked at Doug's place, worked all over the country, and I've never, ever, ever had an incident with my beard, believe it or not. Not one time. So I'm pretty lucky with that. Oh, there he is.
I'm sorry.
No,
My
we're
cat
good.
I have 3 cat we have 3 cats and, they like to attack things and attack each other. So
Oh, all right. Well, is everything good? We
yeah,
okay?
yeah.
All right. So yeah, is there anything you wanna talk about while we got you on here?
Uh, Looking forward to HauntCon and the beach, and
Yeah.
uh, we're gonna have Jose and Molly Z will be at our booth and helping us, and um, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a fun show. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, right? I mean, if anything, it's gonna be a fun show. Um, hopefully it's a positive and successful show for everybody. Uh, but at the end of the day, I think it's gonna be at the very, very least a good time for everybody involved. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Cool.
Man, can't wait. Just sunny Florida. You don't understand. This morning there was like a foot of snow on the ground. There isn't now because it actually got up to like 60 degrees up here. But yeah, there's a foot of snow on the ground. This is weird Ohio weather. This is just normal.
Wow.
But yeah, so come February, there's going to be a lot of snow on the ground. So it'd be nice to be in Florida.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
so Patrick Voss, where can we find VFX Creations?
At vfxcreates.com. That's our website. And we are VFX Creates on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and X.
Yeah. Twitter or X, whatever you want to
Yeah,
call it.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is this
I
week.
don't know how long it's going to last, though.
Yeah, I actually just saw a thing today about him talking about it and how he said Elon Musk said that he hopes because he like did away with a lot of things like with the advertisements and like all this other stuff, and
Yeah.
he said he hopes that the marketing people are the reason why X fails. Like he's counting on it. So he can, like, rub it in everybody's faces about how, like, corrupt social media and stuff is.
Oh my God. It's,
Yeah, which
you know,
I don't know. What he paid, like, what, $44 million or something for it or something crazy or
oh, it
$4 billion? I don't
was,
know.
wasn't it billion?
4 billion was it?
I think
Something.
so. Something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever. It's his money,
Yeah.
right? So, all right,
Anyway,
Patrick. Yeah. Thank you for being on the show tonight.
thanks for
Yeah,
having
look,
me.
of course, anytime. You know you're always welcome. And yeah, look forward to that. Hopefully HauntCon will see that. Maybe we'll see it. No? Oh, wait, where'd he go?
I don't
I wasn't
know.
done I wasn't done talking to him. Oh well. I'll have to get with him another time. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Yeah. So Cyborg, are we seeing Cyborg at HauntCon, Transworld Fear Expo? Is it gonna be ready?
yes.
Awesome.
Oh, I just said that.
Yeah, you did. We heard it. It's
Yes.
out there now.
Beware. Cyborgs and robots are coming to HauntCon.
Nice. All right,
Hi,
Patrick,
Doug.
we'll let you go. It
How's it
sounds like
going,
you got
Pat?
cat
Good.
sounds
Good
like
to
you got
see you.
cat problems
Yeah,
going
good to
on,
see you
so
too. I'm
Hey,
wearing a
thanks for
hoodie,
having
so
me
I'm
on,
not in
guys.
Florida.
no problem, Patrick. We will see you in a few months.
All right.
See
Take
you
care.
soon. See you soon, Pat.
Doug,
How's it going? How's it going, sir?
how's sunny Florida?
No, look what I'm wearing.
Oh, are you back? I thought you were there until like
We
March.
we, we were going to be there for a while and had a few things come up, so we're back home until the beginning of January, and then we're going back down.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
So you're
hoodies,
enjoying yeah, you're enjoying the
hoodies,
same weather I am.
coffee. Yeah.
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 Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
So
big
how's things
big
going?
day. Well, how things are going? I don't know, cold then warm. It's I mean,
Hmm.
that's just what it is. Still working a lot. Um, I'm working on some Fear Expo stuff. I cracked that back open. I was got busy with some other stuff, but I cracked my notebook open and this week and started working on some other stuff for Fear Expo. Can't talk about it yet, mainly because I need your approval and checkbook
Nice,
to
nice.
get it done. But yeah, hopefully in the next couple of weeks we can start doing stuff like that. But nobody cares about that stuff. They're here
It's
for
coming.
something big.
Hong
Big
Kong.
announcement. We haven't had a big announcement in a while.
And
Been
today
a
we're
while.
gonna overload you, and then next week I want to come back because I even have more to spill next week.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's working. Emily, Zach, Willie, it's good to see all of you guys.
Well,
we've been busy. We've been busy, Steve. We've been real busy.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's not leave them hanging anymore. Let's give it away because I'm sure we're gonna want to talk about all these stops anyway. So
Why don't we start out with the Ultimate Haunt Tour?
Let's start out with Ultimate Hunter. Now, this is the Florida stop.
This is Florida. This is not the Kentucky, which is also almost done, or the November one that's going to be coming up next year. That's going to be like the last year's one. So we have 3 of them next year.
Oh boy. My schedule's only so tight.
We get to see a lot of haunts over the next course. Or 2024 is going to be a good year for us to see haunts. So here we go. Ultimate Haunt Tour, Florida. We have everything confirmed. We have the buses reserved. And like I said, it is going to be the pre-show tour. Let me tell you, first of all, this was a challenge. Florida is not like Michigan or Ohio or Indiana or Pennsylvania. I mean, I'm telling you right now, to find places to go in Florida, you have to drive 2 hours in between each of them. And so it presented challenges, but it also presented opportunities because we're going to have some fun on the bus doing some things that I don't think we've done before. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So anyways, we are starting out at the Daytona Oceanfront Beach. We're going to be leaving there at 2:00 on Thursday the 8th.
Her sister lives in a shoe.
Wait, what are you doing, Chris? You're way ahead of me.
He's excited. Let him be excited.
I know. I love it. So our first stop is CG Green's Haunted History Museum, which is also a haunted house. Now, it looks small. The website looks creepy. And the thing about it is everyone I talked to said, you have to go to CG Green's. I was like, really? It didn't look like a whole lot. And they're like, no, you need to go there. So we have that as our first stop. It's basically about 45 minutes from Daytona Beach. So we'll be doing some talking on the bus and some entertainment. And we're going to stay there at C Green's Haunted History Museum for about an hour. There's about that much stuff to do there and around. So pretty excited about that being the first stop. And then we're going to go right into it. We are going to go to Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. They are doing their Valentine's. Okay, we're going to play a video, it looks like. Okay, maybe we're not. But so anyways, we're going to Sir Henry's. We should arrive there about 3:40, or excuse me, we will leave the Haunted Museum at 3:45. We're going to get to Sir Henry's at roughly right around 5:30. So it's a long drive. It's an hour and a half. And we've got a surprise, Steve, that we're going to be doing on these buses. I had to get special buses to take people because what we're going to do on the bus, you can't do on every bus. So, and I'm not even telling you what that is yet.
I'm God, like you just make me do some of the most ridiculous stuff sometimes. So I'm
It's gonna
hoping you're gonna be like screening a movie or something.
it's
I'm hoping
gonna
that's what
be
that is.
so fun. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Because if I gotta like start dancing or like I had the idea we could play roadkill bingo and just pay the drivers to start like hitting stuff, and everybody gets a card, and
Well,
if
we will be out
you
in the
get
country, so
you get bingo, you get a shirt or something. I don't know. Look, this is what I do for fun up here in Ohio, so that's
yeah. Well, we're gonna be at Sir Henry's for 2 hours. We're gonna do both of their haunted walkthroughs that are open for Valentine's Day, and then we are going to get a special backstage access to their haunted hayride. So we're going to do all three of their events there, but one of them is going to be a special backstage kind of experience, so you can see what it's like to be part of a haunted hayride.
okay.
And so now it seems weird for me and you, Steve. We live up here in Michigan to say, okay, we're arriving at 5:30 and it's already going to be dark. But guess what? It will be dark at 5:30 down there.
Well, I mean, it was dark at 5:30 here today,
Yeah,
so
that's true. It's starting to catch up here in Michigan. So, but it was weird for me down there when it was dark so early. Um, so, anyways, 5:30. We're gonna go on. We're gonna leave there roughly about 7:30. We're gonna do a grab and go type of meal. Get everyone fed. We're gonna take it on the bus, and we have some more entertainment. This one's gonna be in more of the fame of the or form of some of the games you were talking about. Maybe not to hit the people with the bus driver, but some other cool games. And we're going to bring some door prizes, bus prizes, whatever you want to call them. So we're going to have a lot of fun on the trip over to our next destination, which is roughly about an hour. Yeah, about no, I'm sorry, about 45 minutes away. And we're going to Mortem Manor. This is a year-round attraction in Kissimmee. They're open all the time, and there's some pretty cool shops right around it. So if you're one of the first ones done, you can kind of check out the whole downtown area. It's called Old Town, and it should be a lot of fun. I'm kind of excited about going here. I think it'll be somewhere that you get to see some haunted elements that maybe you don't get to see in some of the haunted attractions up north. So
so
it
more of
won't
like
take
a commercial haunt. I mean,
y-
and that's the thing is like there's not a lot of those anymore. You know,
no.
you got was Haunted Manor in Gatlinburg. Um, there's one over in Niagara Falls.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, the commercial ones that you don't really see a whole lot of them, and they're so different too, which I don't think a lot of people realize is that they're so different from what you know us professional haunters or even home haunters do.
Yeah, and the cool thing, so I've been here, and I'm not going to spill the beans, but I've been here twice, and it's been years apart, and it always seemed to tweak and change a little bit. But there's one thing that I'm hoping that everyone will notice, and that's the storytelling. That's part of these commercial haunts is they have to give you that story. It's
Mhm.
part. It's part of the whole experience there, and really makes you feel like you're immersed into that story of what they're telling there. A little more than maybe some of the haunts that are just open at Halloween. So super excited about taking everyone to Morda Manor. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then we are going only 10 minutes down the road. I ended up talking to these people just last night. They got added to the tour last minute. And I was like, I don't know about this, but they talked to me about what they had. I said, we got to do this. Okay, so first of all, Steve, I've heard of making haunted attractions out of just about everything.
Yeah, of course.
I've seen people do it out of tents. I've seen people do it at corn mazes. I've seen people do it in semi trailers. All right,
Uh-huh.
I have never seen a container, a shipping container, haunted attraction. Have you?
Well, yes,
Okay, all right. Well,
I
you've got
I
me because I've
actually have.
never seen it.
There's actually a very, very famous story from John LaFlamboy, who made before Hell's Gate. He made I don't want to butcher the story, but from my understanding, they have a Riot Fest up there every year. It's a big concert thing, and they kind of tapped him to make this haunt. And he was like, "Okay, but when I'm done with it, I'm going to move it and I'm going to use it as another attraction." So
Okay.
He did it out of shipping containers. I think it was like 6 or 7 shipping containers that he made this attraction, and then they put it on a barge at the Navy Pier, and it sat on this barge and it operated it and it ran because the Navy Pier is a tourist attraction and it was great. And then it sunk. And I do believe that he owned, and this was before Hell's
Wow.
Gate. I do believe he's the only person to own a haunted attraction that sank in the Lake Michigan.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
That's crazy. We need to go tour that one next. So
yeah, right.
so anyways, so we're gonna visit. They know they have their Krampus one done. They might have an escape room or two that they make out of there that we're gonna do. Plus, they have a German. I hope I'm right on this. I think it's German. Chris, is it German?
What
It's
the
Crush.
Krampus?
No, Crush Bra Park. So I think that's German because it's like Wiener Stencils and stuff like that. That's German, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So the menu is going to be, we're already going to have the food for you when you get there. You'll be able to have a beer or a non alcoholic drink if you prefer. We're going to load you up on a bunch of different kinds of food, and you get to play a different type of escape room that I've never heard of before, where you go against other groups. So we're break off into other groups there at this restaurant, and it'll be challenging group versus group to see who can escape. But it's not an escape room where you go into it, it's an escape room where you play it at your table. Never heard of it, but it's extremely popular there. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited about this place, and it just got added last night.
Nice. Well, I guess the next logical step is to start having these people on the show, and we can talk about these stuff.
We are going to get these people on the show, but on top of that, they are actually coming to HauntCon, and they're going to be one of the vendors there to talk
All
about
of
how
them?
you can do this. Well, at least I'm talking about the last group still.
Okay.
I know that almost all the other ones will be at HauntCon as well in some fashion. But yeah, this last group, they actually are already signed up as a vendor, and they're gonna talk about how you can have this at your haunted attraction or escape room.
This might catch on. This might be the next big thing. I actually saw an article today where somebody built a house out of 6 shipping containers, and it was like it was it was pretty awesome. It was and they're mostly fireproof. They're not sink proof. They will sink to
Yeah.
the bottom of the lake if you put one out there. Sorry, John, I had to. That's he actually his web series that he has, they talk about that specific thing happening. It's a pretty, if you're a big haunt enthusiast and anything that Zombie Army does, it's a pretty heart-wrenching episode to watching this thing sink to the bottom of the
it,
lake.
it would kill me. It would kill me.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so
yeah,
the
that's a lot. That's a lot to do.
in
It's
one
not,
day.
yeah, it's not as big as the last one we had. That last one was
Mhm.
pretty epic. But I have a
That was
feeling that
crazy.
that's in the works for you because that's just how you are anyways.
Yep.
But how many people do you plan on taking on this tour?
Hey, I told them to have yeah, at least 3 or 4 buses ready. So let's get 200 people, 300 people on this bus and or on these buses and get them out there. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to start promoting it now. I saw that we already had people who found it on the site and already bought tickets. So it's not going to take very long. It's $129, Steve. That's it.
It's not bad.
No.
Considering everything that I went on a date Friday and I spent more than that on dinner. So,
Yeah.
and you're getting fed twice on this one.
You're getting snacks, and you're gonna have opportunities for door prizes and gifts, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm I actually want to find a way to try and sneak away because this is on Thursday, and see if I can't go with everyone on this one because I'm really looking forward to some of these places.
That means
So
I gotta be there on Wednesday?
we're gonna talk about that, Steve.
Oh,
So, but yeah, we have a haunt tour. I was waiting to get this announced. It took a little bit of work. I'm not going to kid you. It is it is different in Florida when it comes to haunts. They close up on Halloween night and they're gone. I mean, they're packed up and put in semi trailers and they're gone until the next year. It is crazy. So,
well, I mean, we're lucky that we, got to sneak in here. And you know what, too? I think, I don't know this to be fact, but it's something I've talked about before. I think in places like Florida and like Southern California and stuff like that, where you have a lot of year-round attractions from Disney and Universal and things like that, um, it would be hard to compete year-round with, with something like that. I think it just kinda makes sense, for these
mhm.
haunts to do something like that, to just kinda pack up and, wait until next haunt season. Because haunt
Yeah.
season, people are gonna come no matter what.
Well,
Off-season nights may be very difficult.
and their property is so different down there. So they have to have multi-functioning events. So all the parks and everything, I mean, they just clean it right up and they're using it for something else, within 2 weeks.
Mhm.
It's really different. I was shocked. But the whole idea for HauntCon now is we are bringing three industries together. Okay, we're bringing the haunt industry, we're bringing the indie film industry, indie film horror, and we are bringing the immersive experience industry together. So why shouldn't our haunt tour include all three of those industries? So that's what we did is we tried to find a little bit of everything. So I might have gave away something by saying the indie film industry, but yeah, it is going to be fun. It is going to be very cool. It's not the HauntCon from before as far as just looking at the retail and looking at the haunt side. We are bringing industry people from three different genres all together for buying power, purchasing power, education. Wait till you and I start talking a little bit about HauntCon and the education that's coming.
We've talked a little bit about things for HauntCon, and like I said before, I don't have my hands too much into the HauntCon pool, but what we did talk about is, I mean, it's exciting. There's a lot of
Hmm.
things that could potentially be game changers with a lot of this stuff, and I mean, look, it's also Florida. Like, you're on the beach in February and like hanging out with your friends, and like we've talked about from the get go. It's the haunt vacation. Like, if at the end
Hmm.
of the day, no matter what happens, it's gonna be a good time.
It is. It is. So, real quick, age limit, Rebecca, as long as they're with you, anyone under 12, if they go on the tour, they got to be with an adult at all time. But as far as coming to the show, we don't have an age limit, but we also don't have a special price for kids. So if you're going to bring them, they're going to have to pay regular price. That's just the way it is. That's how we fix that age limit thing. So if you think that your 5-year-old should be there, they got to pay for a ticket.
And Rebecca, keep in mind, if you've never been on a haunt tour before, I will say this: you're on a bus with
Mhm.
haunters. Um, things tend to get a little wild, a little out of hand. We do party a little bit. I mean, nothing like crazy over the top, but some things may or may not be appropriate for kids on the
Yeah,
bus.
we just got to make sure they're not on Steve's bus. That's the key right
It's a
there.
good start.
So, what do you say we get away from the haunt tour for a little bit? I think we did a pretty good job at talking about it. You can go to ultimatehaunttour.com to get your tickets. They are on sale now, $129. We will end up limiting it, Steve. If I fill 4 buses, I'm gonna call it, just because of the locations. So, and I know we did that in Kentucky. We did 4 buses.
Yeah.
So, and we're
And we
gonna
still
do it
had
again.
drivers. That was crazy with
And
the
we had
Kentucky
drivers.
one.
Yeah.
How quickly things sold out, and I
Mhm.
mean, I still remember the phone call last year. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't. People are still trying to buy tickets. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Um, it got weird towards the end there when we had like oddball amounts of tickets left, and like people were trying to get like 10 tickets for
Mhm.
their haunt and try to be all on the
Yeah.
same bus. So keep that in mind for everybody out there listening. If you're with a haunt and you're planning to take your haunt to HauntCon, 15, 20 people, whatever the case may be, and you want to be on this haunt tour and you guys all want to be on the same bus, um, you got to get in there early. You got to get, I can't remember. Did you add the bus assignment things? Like if you get groups on the same bus and things like that, so it's not
Mhm.
random? Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So, yeah,
Yep.
if you wanna make that happen, you gotta get in that early or else you guys will be split up. I mean, that's unfortunately, that's just how that's gonna work. We can't put 40 people on a 30-person bus. I don't know how many people these buses hold, but you
Fif-
get what I'm trying to
50,
say.
56. 56.
So, yeah. So, keep that in mind if, you wanna bring 10 people, that's a fifth of that bus.
Yeah.
So, keep in mind that if you want to do that, get in there early and get in there soon. That this is coming. This is oh man, this is what 3 months away, something
Yeah,
like that.
it's coming. It's coming. You got
Ugh.
December and January and we're there. So,
Yeah.
um Rebecca, 15, 16-year-old should be fine. He should be okay.
Keep in mind, Patrick's still giving away those shirts. Hashtag Haunt Tour
Mm.
in celebration of the fact that we are announcing the Ultimate Haunt Tour for Florida tonight. So get your hashtag in to get your t-shirt. I don't think there's a lot of hashtags in, so get in there. Um,
It's okay,
yeah.
Tara. We'll forgive you.
Um, yeah, 15, 16, they're scare actors. Again,
Mhm.
just keep in
They're
mind
okay.
that just keep in mind that there's haunters. We are haunters. The later the nights get, the crazier it gets.
Well,
But we'll take care of you.
why
So
don't we why don't we talk a little bit about our agenda and some of the things
okay.
we're doing at HauntCon now? We've got a starting agenda that I can actually talk about.
All right, let's talk about it.
Does that sound fun?
Yeah, we got about 15 minutes before we're gonna start losing people because they're all just waiting for the giveaway at this point.
Okay. Well, I let's talk about Thursday. We already said that we're going to have the Ultimate Haunt Tour starting at 2 o'clock, and then you arrive back about midnight on Thursday, not Tuesday. Sorry. We are going to have for anyone who's not going on the Haunt Tour but showed up early on Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. We're going to have a Thursday night networking mixer with drinks and finger food. Just getting to know everyone, get your name tags, get checked in, early check-ins, so that way you can get right to the action that's going to go on starting Friday. So those are 2 events that are going to happen on Thursday. Now, I just want to let you know, Steve, and everyone who's watching, as of right now, we have the haunt track, which is 1/3 of this show. The haunt track is pretty well done. All right. But the indie film track and the immersive experience track is going to add more events and more people and more fun to this show. You are not going to be stuck having to do certain things. You're going to have a lot of opportunities. So, I mean, I don't know too many other times that you've had an industry show come together like this. And some of the stuff I'm going to release next week, we're going to jump into the indie track of this. So, let's go into Friday and the haunt. Remember, I'm staying with the haunt track. Okay, so vendors start setting up at 8 a.m. They have roughly until 2, but I'd like to see everyone done at 1 o'clock. The parking garage pulls right up to the entrance of the convention on the 3rd floor. Where have the spaces reserved, all vendors will get special parking passes ahead of time, and they'll be able to pull right up, drop off their stuff. We're carted in for them, and they can get all set up. Anyone who's having it shipped, we'll already have your stuff there early.
So they can expect the same experience as they would get at Fear Expo.
Yeah, the only difference is this is inside of a resort versus inside a convention center. So we can't drive into it. It's a resort. But yeah, as far as my team, they're still going to be doing everything like we did at Fear Expo. Now that's our core value, Steve. We're going to stay committed to helping our vendors out and giving them the experience that they deserve. They can create their own track, Willie said, which he's right. I mean, we're announcing a track now, but you can grab bits and pieces from each track with your ticket and do what you want. I mean, that's what's so cool. If you want to go and check out a film, that's all the films, by the way, Steve, that we're going to announce next week have not been released yet. They are all our private screening of brand new films from some pretty good directors.
Nice.
So if you want to jump in and we're going to talk about that next week. So I'm not going to jump into that too much today. All right. So yes. So classes will open at 10 a.m. and they will stay open till 5 p.m. We are, oh my gosh, put it this way. I'm hoping that some of these people will teach at Fear Expo too. I mean, I want to go to almost every class.
Show. We're gonna have to like slate an education show to figure out what so everybody can get a real
yes. We got to get them on here. So yeah, if you're in the haunt industry and you love education, get your ass to HauntCon. It is insane. And I mean, we don't charge for that education. So classes start at 10 and they go till 5. The pre-show celebration, it's like a little get together, some networking, some drinks. You know, as I said, drinks again. It is noon, so we can start drinking. It's 5 somewhere. Noon to 2 before the floor opens is right outside the doors of the of the show floor. We're going to have door prizes given away. We're going to give away some HauntCon bucks so you can spend it on the show floor with your favorite vendors. So yes, before the show floor opens party will start at noon and last till 2 p.m. Then the show floor is going to open. And it will be open from 2 to 6 on Friday. So go see all your vendors, walk around. We will sell the show floor out. I guarantee you, because every day we have 4 or 5 new vendors that we're checking out. And not to mention, again, talking about the different tracks, some of these vendors that are coming in, I'm like, as a haunt owner, I'm excited because it's not something I've seen before, but I'm already trying to figure out how I can use it at my haunt. And I'm going to leave it at that because these immersive experience vendors, it goes with the haunt industry, just like the haunt industry vendors go with the indie film. They all go together so perfect. All right, and then this is Steve's party, I should call it, but we're calling it the Haunted Luau. All right, it's going to start at 7 p.m. and it lasts until 10 p.m. If you have a VIP ticket, it is free. If not, it's $40. But it is, if you've ever been to a luau, there's so much food, so much fun, so much entertainment. You're gonna love it. So we are doing a haunted luau, 7 to 10, $40. If you're coming in as general admission and you're just coming in for the day, it's worth the $40. The food is amazing. You can't even go. I mean, a couple people go to a restaurant now and they spend $100. So a whole luau,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. And Molly, you asked for it, so here it goes. We're doing an after party from 10 till midnight. It is going to be a little bit Well, Steve and I got to talk about it.
Am I
But,
hosting that one too?
of course.
I was told in the span of like 2 days I'm gonna have to do 4 parties and do a bus on the haunt tour.
But guess what? I got you someone to come and help you this year.
Who-
Emily Bloom is coming down too, and she said she's going to help throw the parties too.
Okay, well, she says that for Fear Expo as well, but she always ends up getting super busy at her booth, and I
Oh,
end up
that's
having
true.
to do it for her. But that's okay because I love Emily, and I would do that every year for her.
It's going to be so much fun. We are at basically a resort. We are partying like we're not at a resort, and it's going to be there is going to be a lot of fun. 10 to 12 p.m. after party. So that takes care of the Friday haunt track. Now, next week, we're going to add more stuff to this because we're going to add the indie track to it as well. So there'll be other parties going on and other things going on. And so you can jump back and forth. Does that sound fun?
Great. I don't ever
Saturday.
believe you. I don't ever believe you because like every time it never fails. Even when I was just coming up like as an actor to come work at your haunt, I remember the first time I showed up to your haunt, you're like, "Oh, hey, by the way, we have these actor safety devices. We have to go put it." I was there for like 10 minutes and we're like going around the haunt installing these pull things for actors and stuff, which was I was like, "All right, whatever. I'm here for this."
Yeah, well, I
Non-stop with you.
wanted to show you.
You're getting your money's worth.
There you go. So Saturday, I'm gonna let you sleep in, Steve. The staff meeting isn't until 8 a.m., so you'll be okay.
Oh boy, I'll probably
Um,
still be up.
all right, classes will start at 9 a.m. Wait till you see these classes. The way we're gonna do them this year, the introductions and it's you got to pop your head into a class this year, Steve, and just see how we are setting these up. And it's gonna be really cool. Show floor will open at 10 and stay open till 6. This is the long day for the show floor. We do provide a grab and go lunch that if you're a general admission, you can purchase for $25, or if you're a VIP, you just grab it and go. So VIP tickets get a grab and go lunch, and that includes all of our vendors. Of course, we feed our vendors, you know that. And then at the end of that day on the show floor, we're going to jump over on the stage and we're going to have our vendor ward show right in the show floor area. So everyone can see what vendors won what before we even leave the show floor. So a little different. I know normally we do that upstairs. You got to walk upstairs, but this year we're going to do it right on the show floor. Well, for this show, I'm sorry, Fear Expo could be different. And then we want you to go outside and get ready because we are doing a dinner and a show. Plated dinner. You sit down. If you're a VIP, this is included. If not, you have to purchase it. We don't have the pricing yet for it. VIPs will also have to pick which entree they're going to have. So we will send those out with your VIP tickets. But there'll be a plated dinner, and I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. The entertainment is going to be comedians. So something a little different. We're gonna make you laugh at the end of a day like that. And
You're not throwing. You know, I retired from the comedy stuff, right?
You keep telling me that. You keep telling me that. I hear you. I'm just gonna ask you to go check the mic for about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But hey, 9 o'clock. We're all fed. We all feel good. Let's go upstairs. Let's spend the rest of the night until about 12 or 1 a.m. and we're gonna have a costume party. So if people want to wear costumes, they can. If they don't, that's fine. Just go upstairs and we will have a costume ball style. We will give a theme. I got a feeling it's going to be something by the sea, most likely. I mean, why not? That's where we're at. And we'll give more information on that as we get closer to that.
Okay.
And that's Saturday. Now, I don't know if there'd be an after party, but we'll have to see whether Steve and maybe some of his friends throw that together too. Steve, do you wonder why I haven't talked to you about everything yet?
I like how you wait until like we're on the air to say all this stuff, so now I'm just kind of obligated to do it all. That's all right. That's all right. That's what I'm here for.
Some of these events are sponsored by the show, so I mean,
Yeah. No, it's good. Like, look, it's at the end of the day, you got to look at it for what it is, and it's wall to wall entertainment, education, vendors, and that's just one track. Like you
yeah,
said, there's 2 other tracks, and right there, you already have a weekend. Like it's boom, there it is.
it's crazy.
Now, obviously, some of these things, like the parties and stuff, are going to overlap with the other tracks and
Yes.
whatnot.
Yep.
But the point being is, if you leave this thing being bored, you did something wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not even talking about everything else that's going out on town that's going on that week. So, Sunday, all right, 7 a.m. to 9:30, we are going to have a breakfast buffet with the Bloody Mary bars. So anyone who's VIP can have it for free. Otherwise, I believe there's a charge. I think it's going to be around $25. I'm already telling you, if you don't buy a VIP ticket, you're nuts. I mean, the VIP ticket's $200, and just the food we've named way more than covers it. Not to mention all the other perks that we haven't even
And there's
talked
a
about.
limited number to those too.
Oh yeah, we can only do so many VIPs. Now, here's the cool
So
thing.
get in there now and get your VIP tickets. If you have plans of going to HauntCon, just spend the money because we're
Yeah.
gonna save you a lot of trouble. This is something that Doug and I talked about when we were conceptualizing just Fear Expo before it was even a thing, about what happens when you're out in the town. And one of the things we talked about is you're you're constantly trying to find something to eat. You're going out in town, you're trying to find a restaurant that's not packed full of haunters, that has a table available, just trying to get some food in you. And if you get the VIP package, we're covering you. Like that's one less thing you got to worry about. This is just more time for you to just chill out and relax and have fun.
So breakfast, and then classes open from 10 to 2. Show floor is from 10 to 2. And I'm sorry, classes are from 9 to 2. All right, so on Sunday they're 9 to 2. And then the show floor is 10 to 2. Starting at 10:30, Steve, we have our $3,000 show floor giveaway starting. Every half an hour, you are going to announce a winner. If they bought a VIP ticket, they have 2 entries. If they bought a general admission ticket, they have 1 entry.
I'm going to announce
it. You're going to announce the winners. Okay. And we are giving away $3,000 of money that has to be used on the show floor. So the vendors are going to get a lot of purchases at that time.
So how often are you doing that?
Every half an hour, all the way
For
up
how long?
till 1:30.
So how much money is that in total?
$3,000
In total.
in total. $500 each person, or each drawing.
$500. Okay, so $500 each drawing every half hour
Mhm.
for 4 hours, something like that?
Yeah. Yep. Well, for 3 hours. 3 hours.
3 hours. Okay.
Yep.
Accumulate, because I was like, dude, if you were gonna give away $3,000 every half hour, I was gonna quit. Like,
No, I'm not ready to do that.
yeah, that's the thing. So $500 every half hour.
And
That has to
you
be
have
spent in
on the show
showroom
floor, and you have to be present. You're gonna have it will be announced through the entire area, but you have, and plus we will text a person and try and call them to let them know they got 10 minutes to come and claim their $500. Otherwise, the next person in line will get it.
And what's really cool about that is the model of this show allows you to spend that $500 pretty much in any which way you want. If
Mhm.
maybe you're a haunt enthusiast and not a haunt owner, and maybe you don't need to go buy $500 worth of makeup or props or something from a booth. You could head over to, one of these indie film booths and get some
Mhm.
memorabilia maybe, or do something with the immersive stuff. And, there's the options are a, a plenty at HauntCon. And, point being is you don't have to just be like a haunt owner or anything else. You could just be a person with a ticket to HauntCon and get 500
Exactly. Yep. You can buy your own Molly Zombie.
Well, here you go.
Oh, a budgie head. There you go. And okay, so that is the end of this track for HauntCon. But I do have one more party that I'm going to announce because that night I'm not leaving. I'm staying for a couple days. So I don't know where it's going to be. I guarantee it'll be somewhere, and I'm going to end up getting a lot of space. But I'm going to have a Super Bowl party because the Super Bowl's that day. I just found
Oh,
out today. Just found out today.
that changes things for me as well.
So I'm staying and I'm watching the Super Bowl. And Steve, your room's already booked for that day anyway, so you're staying too.
Yeah, I didn't use a lot of I didn't use like the last 6 months of my vacation time at work. So I'm
Hmm.
like rolling over a lot of vacation time. So all right, yeah,
Oh,
Florida, here I
we're
come.
already there. We go. We're already. Chris is already checking into it. He's like, we got to Super Bowl that day. I was like, all right, we're gonna do a party. So anyone who's still sticking around, we're gonna give away $3,000 at the end of the day. Well, throughout the end of the day, and then we're gonna have a Super Bowl party.
I'm there for it. If I'm still upright.
We will. What is that song? Prop me up next to the jukebox or
Yeah,
something
it's
like
gonna be like Weekend at Bernie's for me.
that. Oh, there we go. Haunttour.com.
All right, I'm gonna
Or
give
no.
everybody, we'll say, another 60 seconds to get your hashtag in. Hashtag Haunt Tour. Um, you get a T-shirt courtesy of Patrick Voss and VFX. So make sure you go over to vfxcreates.com and show Patrick Voss some love there. Like him on Facebook, Twitter, or X, all the social medias. That man's everywhere. His products are everywhere. So thank you again, Patrick, for that. As always. Hey, Pemberton Haunters, what's up?
Yeah, I saw that too. So, I think here's the deal, Steve. We have so much more to talk about. We have so much more coming up. I have never been. I got excited every year for Fear Expo. Every year. I don't think I've been as excited for Fear Expo, which I absolutely love, as I am for HauntCon.
Well, I mean, it's Florida.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. And I know how you are. You and I have been friends for many years now. I know how you are. It's a new challenge for one, and I know you love your challenges, and you sure don't shy away from them. But you're creating something different.
Mhm.
That was kind of the mantra for a long time with Fear Expo. Getting Fear Expo off the ground was to create something different, create a different experience, so on and so forth. And HauntCon's no different, and you're creating something different. It's like you said, it's not the HauntCon of old.
Mm-mm.
We're ushering a new era with HauntCon, and we're integrating a lot of industries. I don't want people to confuse this with like an industry trade show. Like, yes, we're haunters and we're gonna stick to our roots and stuff like that, but this isn't an industry trade show. This is this is more of like an experience type trade show where you're
Yeah.
you're gonna go and you're going to all the great vendors that you would want to see at a trade show are gonna be there, but there's gonna be a lot more stuff to open up your eyes to different stuff with the haunted community with horror movies and immersive technologies and things like that. Um, it's a whole new experience, and it's on the beach in Florida. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. It's
And
on the beach in Florida.
and they're already talking to us about growth. And if some of the things that I see that are happening happens, this is going to catch up to our other shows as far as growth. This is going to grow very quickly, and it's in the right place to grow.
Well, I
Um,
tell you what, we had that kind of like oh crap moment last year, you and I.
mhm, yeah,
You and I and Chris, we were sitting there talking like, if Fear Expo does what it did from year 1 to year 2, from year 2 to year 3, um, we're gonna have a problem. Like, we're gonna have some decisions to make and things to talk about, like how we're gonna handle this. And because I think we always knew it was gonna grow. I don't think we realized how quickly it was going to grow, and quickly it
exactly.
did.
Hey, Chris, while you're there, I just saw Indie Horror Show Facebook page post. Can you pull that, show everyone the new? This is for the indie side, Steve, just so you can kind of see we're multi-creating right now. But I'm gonna have Chris pull up the new Facebook page. We have a new website too. But we're reaching out to the indie side. I mean, I think I added like 30 new pages that I'm following now that are all indie related. So I'm really looking to bring that into the haunt industry. And as soon as Steve or Chris pulls up the Facebook page, I'll show you what we're talking about. And it's just some graphics and everything, but it's pretty cool. So Indie Horror Show. I mean, it's multi-branded already, and we are doing the same thing that we're doing here and talking to the haunters. We're doing that on other channels and talking to the indie people as well. So that's what I'm talking about. This is going to be like I saw Willie May say an industry convention. It's just it's going to bring new buyers for our vendors, and it's going to bring new opportunities for our owners as well.
Well, what do you wanna put on the agenda for next week for the show?
If you can have some time, I know we're going to have guests and everything, but if you can have some time for me to come in here and maybe, oh, look at that. That's a cool graphic right there over to the right. Go back down, Chris. There you go. Haunt and Indie Horror Film Showcase 2024. It's the same show, it's just the other track. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So we're filling that track the same time we're filming this track. So I think it would be kind of cool if we introduce some of our viewers into the indie side of this next week. Just give them a little taste of it, and then maybe a couple of special announcements on some people who are coming.
Alright, well, I'm game. Uh, you ready to roll it, Chris? I'm ready to roll it. Let's roll it.
Oh, it looks like I won.
You better not have won. Molly
Oh, no
Zombie.
way.
Alright, Molly
Molly
Zombie.
Zombie.
Alright. We'll do it.
Wait,
What are
what's he
you
doing?
saying
We
no,
got
Chris?
no. Molly can win. Better not say
Yeah.
no. Oh, Molly said no.
Oh,
Zach Winders. Okay, Molly said
right.
no. Molly's got that T-shirt. So
Yeah. Alright, Zach, you
yeah.
are the winner. So go ahead and either reach out to VFX Creates on Facebook or reach out to Fear Expo on Facebook, and we will make that happen for you. Congratulations. And so I hope you're a small or a 3X because that's what he has. Um,
I know.
so
I know. Last time we were on here, we had Craig Watt win the Home Depot card. I just got back home, and I just sent that in the mail today. So Craig's got his
nice.
$500 Home Depot card coming to him.
Congratulations to that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Zach, yeah, there you are. Congratulations, buddy. Make sure you reach out to either us on the Fear Expo Facebook page or VFX Creates and let them know you want and let them know what size you want. Just go with the 3X. You can wear it to bed or something. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Give it to your girlfriend.
Let's also mention real quick if we can, Steve. Right now we're running a special to December 15th. If you are a vendor and you want to get a free booth, all you got to do is book your room. Book your rooms at the Hilton. It has to be 2-night stay, and send us the receipt that you or the confirmation, and you get a free booth. You don't even have to pay for your booth. December 15th is the end, though.
There you go. Now you're running out of excuses not to go. Let's see, Zach, Zach, the man who started a new business and needs to get out there and do a show and not die on my haunt tour. Yeah. So, man, there's gonna be a lot, and for all of our loyal listeners and viewers and stuff like that. So I guess this is kind of like the kickoff to HauntCon show. So if you guys remember how last year kind of went on the road to Fear Expo, we're kind of every day we gave away some things. We talked about Fear Expo, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's going to be like that for a while to until HauntCon, because
Oh,
there's a lot more moving parts in this show as well compared to Fear Expo because of all the different industries that we're bringing together. Um, and it's a new show, so I will say this: be patient with us too, because it is a new show and a new location, and we are human beings, and we will do the best we can. We always do, I promise. But yeah, keep tuning in every week. Um, I think we have planned shows. Christmas is on a Monday, so I think we have planned shows every Thursday up until HauntCon.
and
So
we want to get the vendors who've signed up. We're going to get the vendors on here. We're going to start seeing. You're going to interview some You are going to interview people who are teaching classes that you've never talked to before, Steve. That's
yeah,
what's so cool about this.
I'm really excited about that. We're gonna have vendors on. We're gonna have educators on. We're gonna have special guests on. We're gonna have haunts on. You guys are gonna meet everybody hopefully here in the next few months, and yeah, we're gonna be busy. We're gonna be busy with a lot of stuff. Not to mention, Fear Expo is still a thing. Fear Expo is still gonna happen, and we are probably gonna sprinkle in a bunch of Fear Expo stuff in between. Um, I know I'm working
Well,
on stuff. I know Doug's working on stuff.
you
I know
wanna
Chris
you
is
wanna hear
working on
something
stuff.
crazy? You wanna
Go
hear
ahead.
something crazy?
Go ahead.
Fear Expo. I told you guys my dream was to do that Friday VIP,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a whole day just for the VIPs, right?
Mm-hmm.
It worked so good that we're gonna have a day and a half this year for VIPs.
There you go.
So
Thursday.
no, Friday and part of Saturday.
All right. Well, don't forget about the little people too, Doug.
Oh no, we got little people stuff. Wait, what are
All right.
little people? I don't wanna I don't
My
consider
kind of people. My kind of people that don't need the VIP experience. We like drinking PBRs and cussing at one another.
Oh,
That's what
okay,
we
all
do.
right.
Yeah.
I had someone come up to me, it was a vendor, and they said, "This is the show where you take people to give them a VIP experience." He said that to me, and it stuck with me because I truly believe we have an opportunity at Fear Expo to be that VIP experience for the haunt industry.
And I'm not saying anything about anything, but last year at the VIP show, um, Jelly Ball pretty much swiped their credit card and started buying everybody drinks for the VIPs.
Yes.
Um,
Yep.
it just happened. It wasn't a planned thing.
And someone
It was
swiped their
pretty,
card. Someone
yeah.
swiped
And
their
then the
card
next day,
for.
Doug didn't want to be outdone, so he bought everybody's first drink at the ball on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So look, if you and Jelly Ball want to keep being in a contest with one another, keep buying everybody drinks. I'm
Wh-
for that. I will vote for that. Hashtag first rounds on Doug. I
We're
that's
we'll see if we can't get a couple other sponsors to jump in on the game. Maybe it'll
yeah.
just be free drinks the whole weekend.
Yeah. Uh, so yeah, guys, stay tuned the next few months because we're gonna be
Mhm.
throwing a lot of information at you. We're gonna be meeting a lot of interesting people, a lot of new faces that we're gonna bring into our industry. And remember, we're gonna be new faces into their industry as well. So
Yeah.
we're all gonna have a great time doing this stuff.
We are definitely ready for a little mischief there at Fear Expo. Special guest announcement right there. She broke the ice before we even got to talk about her being there. She's ready.
Nice. So I don't know. I'm tired. Uh,
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
you're
been
tired.
yeah, it's been a lot. I'm ready for tomorrow because tomorrow I get to start signing some contracts for people coming to HauntCon that hopefully I can share with you guys next Thursday.
Nice. I cannot wait. All right. I don't know. And I will see you guys next week. Doug, I'll see you next week.
Mhm.
And since Tan's not here, stay spooky, everyone.
I love it. All right, everyone. We'll see you real soon. Get your tickets. If you're a vendor, get your booths reserved, Fear Expo or HauntCon. If you're not a vendor, make sure you go and support one.
See ya.